I can't think of a more appropriate catalyst than MVP. Think about them. They, the word catalyst means to instigate change, to take two other elements and catalyze them. And MVP changed downtown Schenectady. They're the first ones when the downtown was 100% vacant to say, okay, all right, we'll take a shot and we'll go to the top of the hill. Now, a lot happened since then, and we're part of that. Proctor's a big piece of that. But that was a hell of a gamble and catalytic. Their nature of looking at support for all kinds of things in the communities like that, they decided after a year of a test where the Schenectady Metroplex supported the ambassador program to say, we think that could be permanent. And we have an idea about how to help the mission and proctors make that permanent. And you'll see on the back of all the jackets, MVP, because they instigated that. They saw a way to take philanthropy and leverage it in order to make the community better. And they're doing the same thing for the new Cap Rep building in Albany. They saw an opportunity to connect to the neighborhood that we're moving to, that we too want to connect to at Capitol Rep on the northern part of North Pearl. And they went, we'd love to support this project, and we would like to do so by working with you to connect to this neighborhood. Well, it's just catalytic.
MVP is our community outreach sponsor for our new neighborhood. And, for me, there is just something very wonderful about having a corporation who supports our idea about education and the fact that we like to open our doors for civic good at any theater where we are, whether it's at Capitol Rep on North Pearl Street, whether it's going to be the new Capitol Rep, or here at Proctor's. We have this policy of that we like to open our door for the community, and MVP knows that, and they support that part of our mission. And I think that's really wonderful to know that healthcare doesn't only mean the bandage on your hand. It also means the expansion of your brain. The stimulation that the arts can give to young people through what we can offer makes for a healthier, I like to say, citizenship of tomorrow. And MVP is going to support that. So we hope to open our doors more. We hope to welcome our community in. We hope to do programs that are for physical health as well as for emotional health of our new neighborhood, and MVP is helping us to do that. The gift that they gave us was very significant and will really help us be good neighbors to the new people that we're going to meet.
We're blessed to have MVP based here right in our community. There's folks through multiple states who get their health insurance through MVP, but it's a card that they have. For us, they're an essential part of our community. MVP in so many ways is committed to the health, but really the community betterment of the Capital Region. And they demonstrate it in so many ways. Whether it's folks in the top of their management, Denise Gonick, their CEO. Denise is a past chair of the Capital Region Chamber. That's my day job. One of my volunteer jobs is the pleasure to be the vice chair of the board for the Community Foundation. And I see where all of those roles intersect. And really, there's places where they provide real leadership and what they know in sort of the healthcare space and access to quality care. But for them, the mission is so much broader than that. And to me, where they provide the true leadership is catalytic leadership. All of a sudden, they can convene people around a table. And so many members of their management team, it's a part of their DNA as a company. So all of a sudden, they have like a bright idea, or someone comes to them with this really good idea, and they realize that one person or one organization isn't going to do it. Oftentimes, they're one of those organizations that calls 3 or 4 other organizations in the community and said, what if we work together? Whether we get our volunteers, our staff involved as a volunteer, or we help write a seed check and others do it, what we can do, the collective impact we can have if we work together. MVP does it on a consistent basis in our community, and I'm so pleased the Community Foundation is putting a spotlight on their good work.
MVP Healthcare was one of the catalysts that got the Alliance for the Creative Economy project started. About 3 years ago, we used the data that we knew was super strong. We knew it was economic data that proved that creative people and businesses were an economic force. However, we weren't able to get that message moved forward outside of the creative community. The validation of MVP Healthcare, by coming in from outside of the creative sector to say, this is important, this makes people thrive, this makes communities thrive, and these jobs are important, was extremely validating, because otherwise we were just creative people talking to other creative people. What we wanted to do was break this out, the conversation, and make it bigger, to say this is important to all people, this is important to the place that we live. And that investment from MVP Healthcare made that clear. Thank you so much to MVP Healthcare for believing in us.
Well, the Affordable Housing Partnership is really grateful to MVP for their support of the Capital Region's Green and Healthy Homes Initiative. GHHI is a regional effort to bring home repair and weatherization resources together to address those conditions in housing that have a negative impact on a family's health. That's lead paint, asbestos, mold, pests, even tripping hazards. MVP's support is really fostering a breakdown in program silos, and that is having a huge impact on housing conditions and the health outcomes for those most in need in the Capital Region. Thanks again, MVP, for your support.
One of the things about MVP is they're a connector. It's just amazing. I see them all the time in the community. Denise Gonick, Ellen Sachs, the team, they're out there and they have a vision for connecting the community. Been so excited for MVP's participation with the Community Foundation on a number of fronts. They help us with our capacity building, supporting nonprofits. They've been so helpful with our Green and Healthy Homes initiative. They really understand that housing impacts people's lives, and so they're right there with their support every day. With the creative economy, they understand that the health and wellness of a community, the well-being of a community is more than just health care, it's everything. So they really see and they understand the vision for the whole person and for the whole community. Yeah, one of the things that MVP has been a part of since the beginning really is supporting our capacity building initiative, and that's helping to strengthen and support nonprofits. It's training, and it's helping nonprofits improve their management, their leadership, their capacity really to serve the community. And MVP sees and understands that that's really vital to a healthy community. MVP is a catalyst in the community. They're out there serving every single day. I see them, every day that I'm out there, I see one of their staff members, one of their leaders leading or convening or supporting something in the community. They are the definition of a catalyst. The Community Foundation is pleased to recognize MVP as the corporate catalyst at this year's celebration of philanthropy.